Today, we're diving into a new kind of conflict, and really, it's not just about geopolitics anymore. This is a sneak peek into the future of war itself.
So, to really get a handle on what's going on, we have to start with one simple, but honestly pretty powerful idea. War has changed.
You know, when you think of war, what comes to mind? Probably soldiers, tanks, stuff like that, right? Well, that's not really the whole story anymore. The battlefield itself, it's just not physical like it used to be.
No, today's front line, it's digital. The weapons are lines of code. The soldiers are algorithms, and the most valuable things on the board are satellites and really smart AI. This is the new reality.
All right, so let's get into it. First up, the new rules of war on what we're calling the digital battlefield.
So you can see just how much things have shifted. We're talking about cyberattacks that can just switch off a country's power grid. We've got AI that can pinpoint a target in seconds, something that used to take human analysts hours. And drones? They're cheap, they're everywhere, and they're incredibly deadly. But maybe the biggest change is that information itself has become a weapon. You can destabilize an entire country without ever firing a shot.
And look, this isn't some slow burn. The change is happening incredibly fast. Just look at these numbers. Drone use is up 300% since 2015, and cyber attacks up 150% in just the past few years. The speed of this is, well, it's just staggering.
Okay, so let's make this real. We're going to look at a case study of what's essentially a high-tech Cold War. It's a perfect example of asymmetric warfare. That's when two sides have totally different strategies and tech. And we're going to focus on the conflict between Iran and Israel.
But to really get what's happening now, we've got to rewind a bit. This whole thing goes back decades, really kicking off with the 1979 Iranian Revolution. That event totally changed its relationship with the West. Over the years, tensions kept building. Nuclear ambitions, struggles for regional power. And now you fast forward to today, and technology? That's become the main arena. It's the silent weapon in this very old fight.
So what you see are two completely different game plans. On one side, you have Iran. They've gone all in on cheap drones. The idea is simple: overwhelm the other guy with just sheer numbers. But then you have Israel, and their strategy is the exact opposite. They're relying on super advanced AI-powered defense systems built for one thing: precision and lightning-fast reaction. It's like a classic quantity versus quality showdown, but with 21st century technology. So, does that high-tech approach actually work? Well, Israel's systems can take out up to 90% of what's coming at them. 90%! It's an incredible example of how data and AI have literally become a shield, cutting response times from hours down to just seconds. But it's not all drones and missiles. A lot of this fight is completely invisible. It's a silent war happening in cyberspace. We're talking about governments getting hacked, secrets being stolen, and social media being flooded with misinformation to twist public opinion. In this war, what you believe is the battlefield.
And of course, something this big doesn't just stay in one place. It creates a global ripple effect. It's sparking a worldwide tech race.
War has always been a driver of new tech, right? But the amount of money being poured into it today is just on another level. $2 trillion. That's the global military spend on technology. It's a number so big, it's hard to even wrap your head around. And it's pushing this new arms race forward at a breakneck pace.
But all this money, all this progress, it's a real double-edged sword. Sure, we get these huge leaps in AI, robotics, and cybersecurity, but what's the price? It means more government surveillance, it means less personal privacy, and it brings us closer to a really scary reality: weapons that can make decisions all on their own, with no human in the loop.
And that's where this whole thing gets really personal. It's not just about military hardware. Real people get caught in the middle. Their lives turned upside down by disruption and misinformation. And in this new world, even your phone, the device you might be holding right now, can become a part of the battlefield.
So, where do we go from here? This leads us to the final and maybe most important question. Let's call it humanity's choice. Is all this tech for destruction or for protection?
It's a question we really have to wrestle with, isn't it? I mean, after everything we've seen about how these tools are being used for war, it's pretty easy to feel down about it all. But does it have to be this way? Is destruction the only path for this kind of powerful tech?
While the good news is, the answer is no, absolutely not. The very same tools we've been talking about can be used for amazing things. Those drones, they can deliver life-saving medicine. That AI, it can predict natural disasters and even help prevent conflicts. These digital systems can be used to build a more transparent and peaceful world.
I love this idea here, a future where code can be more powerful than weapons. That really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Because the conflict we've looked at today, it's more than just a fight between two countries. It's a glimpse into exactly that future.
So in the end, it all boils down to one huge question. A question that might just define our entire generation. Will we control this technology, or will it end up controlling us?